Hey you guys, it's Valeria. So today I do not have anything to unbox or open up and try on for y'all, but I do have a little kit or set that I got at Christmas like last year, that I still haven't tried like a full-on look with all the pieces yet, and it is the Frozen Colourpop or bundle that you could get both of the boxes, or you could get them separately, or you could get the items in each box separately if you didn't want to get everything. But for Christmas, I got both of them. So for this video, we're gonna do the Anna kit. So this is what comes in it. You get 4 things. You get a full 9 shade eyeshadow palette. Colourpop is known for those. They're like $12 or something like that on their website. I love Colourpop. You get a lipstick, you get a lip gloss, and you get one of their like the really, what are those called? The really bright glitters. I forgot what those are called. It's gonna have it on the bottom though. Oh, these are like a glitter gel. They're not the Super Shocks, something like that. With the lipstick, the shade is called Going North. It's a really pretty shade. I do think though that all 2 of them, both of the lipsticks that come with Anna and Elsa, they look really similar, but they have a difference. The only thing I'm not happy, but like crazy about is their gloss. It is super duper thick, and like, I tried it out the other day. It's really thick. It's a little sticky. I don't know, you can't really see it, but she's just really thick and gloopy. And then this glitter gel is actually like, yeah, it's like gelish, which, you know, it's a gel. I don't know if I would put that on my eyes, but boop. But it's really pretty, so maybe I will. And then for the eyeshadow palette, I won't go through all the shades, but this is what they look like. One of these is like a pressed glitter, not like a pigment. I know that Colourpop does this with a lot of their palettes. I think obviously it's this one, but this is actually not the same shade as, oh yeah, it's like chunky. So it will fall apart really easily. And there she is. Let's get, yep, that swipe. So they're not the same. One of them, the glitter gel, has a more like goldish shade, like the rosy kind of shade, and the other one's like just straight up gold. Should have brought a makeup wipe. One of my favorite things about this palette, and the Elsa one has one as well, is this white shade. It's like an iridescent kind of opalescent. It's kind of like an opalescent shade right here. It's really pretty. I don't know. I don't think it gets justice on the screen or on camera, but it's really, really pretty, and I love it. The Elsa one is really pretty as well. So we're just going to play with this and see what we can do with it. So I'm going to start with primer. I already have a moisturizer on right now. It's had time to set and dry, so if you need that as well. I have pretty dry skin. In certain areas get kind of oily, which is called combination skin. I'm gonna go in with the Benefit Professional Face Primer. I actually really like it now that I'm not dealing with the wetness and oiliness of first opening. Oh, I already have glitter on my face. Okay, moving on from that. I also prime my lips by just putting on some lip balm, but I've already done that because my lips were really chapped this morning. So I'm actually gonna let this sit for a second while I get all my other stuff kind of figured out. Okay, so now I'm going to put on foundation, my Wet n Wild foundation, tried and true. She does me no wrong. I love her. And we're just going to, I got all that done. So now I'm gonna move on to concealer, which I'm doing a duo like I did in my last video. First concealer is by Colourpop. It's their no filter concealer, and I'm in the shade Too White, Fair 02. And then I have this other concealer by Pretty Vulgar, and this is a little too warm for me. It's called Little White Lies, and so I just put a couple dots of each, dots of each under my eye, and then I put a little bit on the chin, nose, all that jazz. All right, I got that all blended now, and so I'm going to put on some setting powder. I don't really bake the under eye area for me. It gets kind of dry during the day, so I just put a little bit of setting powder with a brush under my eyes to just kind of set the makeup and just do that. This is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay, like coconut setting powder, something like that. That's exactly what it's called. So, good job me. I'm just going to put this right under the eye area, pick up a little, tap off the excess just to set the makeup so the creases are minimal. Moving on. Next, we're going to hit up the blush, bronzer, and highlight areas of our face. So first, I'm going to do a little bit of bronzing. This is the little tiny Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer. I got this probably like in an Ipsy or something, but I really like it. I had that big Park Avenue Princess palette in my last video, and this is a great way to not use a whole palette to do all my stuff. So I'm going to I'm looking just to kind of help define my face, nothing too dramatic. Got that done. Moving on, I'm going to actually do my highlight before the blush. This is also something I got in Ipsy by Wander Beauty. It's a little dirty highlight, and it's called After Hours. It's really pretty. It's also I have like two powder highlights. One is a cooler toned highlight, and one of them is a warmer toned highlight, and this is my warmer tone because the palette has a lot of warm colors, so my highlight can match kind of the tone of my whole look. We're gonna go in with blush. This is the Ciate London Marbled Light blush in the shade Halo. I really love this blush. It is very forgiving. There's like no way I can put too much on at the beginning because it's kind of sheer. Unlike my Ofra blush, where she is not forgiving at all. But I put all my blushes next to the palette that we're about to use, and this one looked really good with it. It just kind of encompassed all the colors and like this nice rosy tone. And so I thought I couldn't really go wrong with this one. That is it for my face. So I'm gonna be moving on to my eyes. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be doing my eyebrows next. I forget my eyebrows 95% of the time. So just going in, brushing them up. I need to trim these so incredibly badly. I am embarrassed of them. They are bad. And then I'm just going to go in and fill them in. This is the e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe. This is what I use every single time because I don't need a pencil that has a really fine tip because I'm just kind of filling it in. I don't need to add any hairs or anything like that. So this is really nice to just fill in color. Okie doke. I usually have a preference for my eyebrows. I think everyone does. And usually it's this girl right here. But today, it's her. She looks really good today. And now I'm just going to put on a little bit of tinted brow gel just to keep all the hairs in place because they actually look so good today. And now we're going to move on to eyes. So looking at this palette, I'm feeling the oranges. There are a few orange shades, like right here and right here, but there's only two. I don't know why I think in 3-step eyeshadow looks, like there's only two. Yeah, you can do that. I really love this purple though, but we did a purplish, pinkish look last time, so I'm trying to go for something a little different. So I think I'm gonna go in with these orange-ish tones. I really like the gold too. And those two oranges are matte, so maybe I'll do like a orange and this shimmery gold kind of thing going. I don't even know what I'm doing. So yeah, let's see what comes of this. So what I'm first gonna do is put a little bit of my setting powder on my eyelid. I'm gonna grab this brush. It is a bigger brush. It's not even, it's like a highlighting brush. It's not intended for the eye, but it's a brush, you know, they're all intended for everywhere. And I'm just going to wipe this on my eye area from my lid to underneath my brow. This is just, I don't know why I have it stuck in my head that powders help other powders blend easier. It just makes sense in my brain. So whether it works or it doesn't, it makes me have the confidence that I'll have a better eye look. So I am just putting this all over so that my other eyeshadows can blend a little bit easier. I'm going to grab just a nice fluffy blending brush. I've cleaned all my brushes so they don't look the worst. I'm gonna go in with this first orange shade. It's called Wind. Very like that. This one right here. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit at a time. I don't know how this is gonna look yet, so. But I just want it to be the shade that everything else kind of blends out into. So I'm just going to lightly, you can always add, you cannot take it away unless you want to take your whole look away. So I'm just going to add little by little until it is to my liking. All right, so I've gotten that to my liking. It's not too much, but it's a really pretty kind of like fade out kind of shade tone color. So moving on, I'm actually going to keep going with this brush for now. I am going to go into the shade, what is she called? I'm going to go into the shade Fearless, which is the other one. The two that are above and, or I guess on this, to the sides of this gold shimmer, I'm going to go in with this one. And I'm just going to, again, just get a little bit at first. And I'm just going to make this a little bit deeper. I'm not going to go up as high as I did with Wind to make that kind of gradient effect. I also thought about doing like a cut crease for today. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the next one. Like I want to do a dark look. I don't know. Till it is blended out. I don't know how deep or like intense I want this shade to be. But it is my second shade. This is going to be a pretty light looking look. But that's okay. You know, this could be an everyday sort of thing. We like those. It's actually really pretty. I really like this, you know, a little bit. I am not going to use this gold shade Arendelle only because when I put it on my hand, when I wiped it away, it just all fell off. And so I'm imagining that on my eye, this glitter shade could get into my eye, and that would be no bueno. So I'm going to go in with the gold shade like I thought. This one, it's called Earth. Really pretty. And I'm just going to grab it on my ring finger like that and just put it on top of my lid and blending it into everything with my finger first, and then I'll grab a brush and do it. Okay, I just grabbed a brush and blended it a little bit. I just picked up the same two colors, the orange colors, and just put them in right where the gold and the orange kind of met and blended out really beautifully. So I actually thought about putting this iridescent shade like on the brow bone, and I tested it out. The shimmer kind of, not duochrome, but like it's got an orange pinky look to it, and so I was hoping that it wasn't like purple, which it is not. So I'm gonna grab like a pencil brush right here and I'm just gonna pick it up a little bit. This could totally make or break this look, but I think it's really pretty. And then I'm gonna also put a little bit in the tear duct to brighten up the look. So that is everything out of the eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna use for today. I don't know. I really like how it looks right now. I don't know if I want to use this. I don't want to like mess it up. I also don't think it needs it. I don't know. No. I don't think it needs it. But I think it'd be a great topper. So this is an easy, like I would wear this to work. I would wear this to school. I would wear this out. Like This is a really pretty look, I think, for anyone. And so now we're going to move on to lips. The lip shade, I don't know if it'll go with this look, but I would totally put on like a Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury that I have a sample of. Something like that, a more neutrally tone, or I don't know. But we're gonna go with this because that's what's in the kit. So I'm gonna go in, or do I want to just go in with the gloss? Let's see what it looks like. You can always take lipstick off. That's way easier to take off than... Yeah, it's okay. Okay, you guys, so I actually opted out of the lipstick. It was really creamy, but that caused it to kind of feather out, and it didn't look that great. The shade just didn't go. I feel like this look needed a lighter shade. I also forgot mascara, so I'm gonna do that too. But I just went ahead and did just the gloss on top. It is not this pigmented. Some of the lipstick is still on there. It kind of stained a little bit. I also didn't use the best resources to get it off my mouth. So what I'm actually gonna go in with is some mascara. This is a Benefit They're Real like sample size. I got this out of an Ipsy 1 month, and I'm just gonna put this on. Alright, so now I've got the mascara on. I thought about doing eyeliner, but I feel like this look just is simple and easy, like one of those looks you can just go to the store in if you want to put your makeup on. So this is the look. I hope y'all really enjoyed getting to watch this and maybe doing something along with me. I will put everything that I use down below. It is mainly just the Colourpop Anna set, and I will put all the other items I used before using all of that and brushes and stuff like that. So yeah, I will see y'all next week.